Coming up on News Live at 6, a winter weather advisory is in effect starting tonight. How much snow Syracuse can expect over the rest of the week.
Plus, Syracuse football released its 2025 schedule yesterday. We'll tell you what to look forward to next season after the Orange's historic 2024.
And a new show coming to the Landmark Theater, but not just yet. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome into News Live at 6 on this Tuesday. I'm Ronnie Parillo.
And I'm Ilana Epstein. Central New York is getting hit with more snow this week. Our weather anchor Olivia Rodriguez is here in studio to tell us more about the advisory that'll be in effect later tonight. Olivia, good evening.
Hey there, Ronnie and Ilana. Now, I hope you guys wore your hats, your boots, your jackets, because today we are looking at some pretty cold weather. We are looking at 21 degrees right now, but because of that chill, it's going to feel a little bit more like 14 degrees outside. Because of this winter storm warning, we're expecting around 4 to 9 inches of snow over the rest of the week. This winter weather advisory is going to be in effect until Thursday night, so we're looking at a lot of snow for the rest of this week. But coming up, we have a lot going on for your 5-day forecast. We're looking at a steady increase throughout the week. Like I said, on Thursday, we're going to see the end of that winter forecast. So we're going to see a high of 39 degrees with a little bit of snow and precipitation throughout the rest of the week. On Saturday, it's going to clear up a little bit, but drop down to 19 degrees. So make sure to stay inside, stay warm. This winter weather advisory is advising people to stay off the roads, people stay warm as possible. It is not going to look great out here. This winter weather is really hitting us like it hasn't before for the rest of the week. But that's what I've got for you right now. Ronnie and Ilana, back to you.
Olivia, thank you so much. Now, one thing I am looking forward to besides the snow is the fact that it's starting to stay lighter for a little bit longer. So very happy about that. But just a little after 6 now on your Tuesday evening. This is a live look at I-81 South. As Olivia mentioned, there's no snow quite yet, but a lot of cars on the road during this evening commute. Things are looking clear through the city of Syracuse, but 2 lanes are closed all week at exit 27 on 81 North. That's the exit for Syracuse Airport. Those lanes will be closed through Friday.
All right, well, one place where those people will not be headed tonight is to where Roman Verna is. Tina the Musical is set to come to Syracuse, but not just yet. But I think when it does, it better be good to you. Our Roman Verna is live outside the Landmark Theater tonight to tell us why that's not happening quite yet. Roman, good evening.
Yeah, that's right, Ronnie and Ilana. Tina the Musical was set to open right behind me here at the Landmark Theater at 7:30 tonight. Tina the Musical follows the life and legacy of Tina Turner, the rock and roll legend, from her start in rural Tennessee to her meteoric rise in the music industry. The show has been turning heads ever since it opened on Broadway in 2019, and when it closed in 2022, it came on its North American tour, where it ended up here in Syracuse. However, it was announced earlier today that the show tonight had to be rescheduled. A quote from the Landmark Theater said, quote, "Due to unexpected illness within the company, tonight's performance of Tina the Musical at the Landmark Theater has been rescheduled to Sunday, February 2nd at 1 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday performances remain unaffected." End quote. Now, it was also clarified in a statement that any tickets for tonight's show can be used and honored at the show on Sunday, but can also be exchanged for other shows this week. That's all I have for now, guys. Ronnie and Ilana, back to you in studio.
Roman, thank you so much. An East Syracuse man is now in custody after allegedly pointing a gun at his mother. It happened last night at the 100 block of Longwood Drive. Reports say 32-year-old Derek Pontillo fired a gun in the direction of his mother and then hit her in the back of the head with it. Police say Pontillo was found in front of the house before he took off running and then was later caught. Pontillo is now facing multiple charges. These include first-degree reckless endangerment, second-degree assault, and criminal possession of a firearm.
That's what I'm talking about. For a smaller community, this is everything. This can take blight and turn it into something that is magnificent.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul there announcing an over $100 million investment for pro-housing communities. Now, her ultimate goal is to combat New York's housing crisis by putting more roofs over people's heads. These funds allow for updated infrastructure, such as mixed-income residential units, new child care centers, and public parks. State Senator Brian Kavanaugh supports Hochul's plan, saying, quote, "Today's announcement underscores our collective commitment to fostering vibrant and sustainable communities." All right, the Super Bowl is right around the corner, Ilana, and students on campus are expressing some strong opinions. Boy, I mean, you can't get away from it.
No, you definitely can't. And our reporter Vanessa Shimoni is live in studio with reactions to yet another matchup between the Eagles and Chiefs. Ronnie, this is so crazy that they're up again. This happened 2 years ago. I cannot believe it's the same two teams.
It's crazy. I mean, I was rooting for the Bills big time. Even though I'm a Rhode Islander, I wanted to see the Bills make it. But anyway, Vanessa, what did those students have to say?
Thanks, Ronnie and Ilana. I had the chance to get some input from some students today at the Shine Student Center, talking with them about their thoughts on the NFL's biggest day of the year, coming up in a little less than 2 weeks. Talking with some sports fans here today, there was a variety of views the students had on what they think the game will look like.
My hometown football team are the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Born and raised in Western New York, so huge Bills fan.
I'm a New York Giants fan.
With the 59th Super Bowl coming up this year, students around campus are getting ready for the big game. Talking with Ben Pudnuck and Brielle May, they explained why they're on Team Green for this year's rivalry.
Now, especially with so many Bills and Eagles fans at this school, the NFL season has truly been a big deal for the local SU community. It will be exciting to see if the Chiefs can pull off another Super Bowl win for their third consecutive year, or if the Philly underdogs will come out strong. For Citrus TV News, I'm Vanessa Shimoni. Rana and Ilana, back to you.
Vanessa, thank you so much, and sorry for those technical difficulties there. From the NFL to the NCAA, next season's Syracuse football schedule is out. The Orange will play 12 regular season games, 8 of which are in conference play.
And joining us here at the desk is the best person to be the expert, Sam Corcoran. So some people are saying, Sam, that this is one of the toughest schedules in the ACC. What's your overall thoughts on that?
I think toughest schedule in the ACC is an understatement, Ronnie. This is one of the toughest schedules in the country, you guys. I mean, let's put up the schedule on the screen real quick. They play 4 college football playoff teams: Tennessee, Clemson, SMU, and Notre Dame. Not to mention Miami barely missed out. Georgia Tech's pretty good overall. So it's a gauntlet on the road. And at home, you got some good opponents coming in too. Bill Belichick, the former Super Bowl champion coach. You know a lot about him, Ronnie. Coming in.
Bill. Maybe he has a different hoodie now.
Exactly. Eli Holstein, quarterback at Pitt, doing really well. There's no gimme games on the schedule besides maybe Colgate. It's going to be a gauntlet overall.
That's what people are saying. They're saying 11-1. Colgate is that one game to win.
Exactly.
I'm more worried about the fact that we're playing so many of these games away. Like, I feel like being at home actually does help, but I'm just curious. I know we don't officially know who the quarterback is yet, but what are your thoughts on this team? How is the team looking?
Well, Ilana, like you said, don't really know who the quarterback is yet. There's a lot of question marks. Ricky Collins Jr., an LSU transfer, he's looking to be the starter, one of the best quarterbacks in the transfer portal. But also, let's look at the guys they lost. Kyle McCord's gone. LaQuint Allen, Jackson Meeks, Aronde Gadsden, also offensive weapons. And on defense, Marlo Wax, Justin Barron, the heartbeat of that defense, all going pro. But let's look on the bright side. We mentioned Ricky Collins Jr. earlier. Trevor Pena staying another season for SU. Fran Brown is so excited for him to be the captain, and you can never doubt Fran Brown at this point. What he did last season to the Orange is huge, and this season, I don't know what's going to happen. Still a lot of question marks, but you have to be optimistic going into this.
Absolutely. I know how excited this fan base really is for the
and
Fran Brown era here in Syracuse.
Having Fran definitely makes me feel very, very confident.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Sam.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
You're the best. All right, coming up on News Live at 6, the Trump administration is ordering for federal grants and loans to be paused. More on what else this freezing could affect coming up.
Plus, why Americans are feeling further apart under the Trump presidency. We'll have all that and more after the break. We'll be right back.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner.
Go. Excellent. Soccer's fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back into News Live at 6. Well, just minutes ago, a federal judge temporarily blocked part of President Trump's plan to freeze all federal aid. The pause will last until at least 5 p.m. on Monday.
Officials say the decision to pause funding is necessary to make sure all spending aligns with Trump's executive orders, including undoing protections for transgender rights, environmental justice, and DEI initiatives.
Federal ICE agents are starting raids in New York City today. It's part of the president's illegal immigration crackdown. The agents hit at least 3 different locations in the Bronx earlier today and took at least 2 people into custody, Ilana.
Trump has ordered ICE agents to focus on migrants and illegal aliens who have been accused of committing crimes in the U.S. ICE activity has also recently been reported in Rochester, Buffalo, and other upstate cities.
Remember the drones? That seems like so long ago, but from the White House today, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt relaying a message from President Trump saying the New Jersey drones were mostly authorized by the FAA. Those drones were sent up for, quote, research and various other reasons.
Leavitt also stating that some of the drones were from individuals for private use. According to the White House, the issue grew worse from curiosity, but the drones were not other countries.
Well, just 1 week into President Trump's second term back in office, the nation's political divide continues to grow.
That's right, and Citrus TV's Anjana Dasam is in Washington, D.C. to show how people are responding.
On Pennsylvania Avenue, 2 Americas seem to collide. A week ago, we saw protesters holding up signs like these, fighting against the presidency. And on Inauguration Day, many supporters of President Donald Trump could not be missed wearing their bright red MAGA hats, expressing their excitement for the next 4 years. The political divide is seen strong here at the nation's capital, where the only similarity seems to be their dedication to be heard.
Thousands of people from across the nation, spanning from the west to the south, have now gathered here in the east, rallying for issues they believe are under threat with the new administration.
I stand for equality, peace, women's rights, kind of everything he doesn't stand for.
As a parent and a gay woman, I am sad and scared and just really angry.
I have 2 grown daughters, and I fear for their future, so that's why I felt like I had to be here.
Meanwhile, supporters of Trump lined up by the Capitol for hours in the cold, saying that those who are against him are misinformed.
If you're searching for the truth, it's really hard not to support him.
One supporter believes the standard of living will improve under Trump's administration. Timothy McClanahan is confident people will see the benefits of his leadership when his policies are enacted.
At least get the gears turning in their head enough to be at least open to the possibility that Donald Trump is in fact not an evil man.
About 80% of voters see the opposing party's elected official as a threat to democracy. And on a day like Inauguration Day, one protester was ready to make his voice heard.
It's very fun getting to see democracy fall apart right in front of me.
Georgetown University student Ryan Connolly was greeted with not-so-friendly faces, hoping to spark debate with Trump supporters.
I think Trump is probably going to be the worst we're going to have in decades. And these people are laughing at me, and I look forward to 4 years from now when the tariffs have hit and they can't buy eggs and groceries and they realize just how wrong they were.
Emotions run high during this time of change. Some believe they will thrive under President Trump.
We just got our country back. Now we want to start again.
And others believe they are losing their rights and are continuing the fight.
I have a daughter, and so I'm here for her.
to show her we stand up for what we believe in and we don't have to accept this. So that is my purpose for being here.
Now, new executive orders have caused more political discourse. America has yet to see whether unity will emerge or the divide will widen. Reporting from Washington, D.C., I'm Anjana Desam, Citrus TV News.
Coming up next on News Live at 6, what weather we can expect across the region.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Now, looking across the region right now, we are experiencing a winter weather advisory. Now, this advisory is going to cause a lot of changes over the next couple of days. We're going to be looking at a lot of precipitation, a lot of cool winds, and weather that feels a lot colder than it actually is. Looking right now outside your windows, it is going to be 22 degrees, but we've got 5-mile-per-hour winds right now, so it's going to feel about 14 degrees outside right now. So this kind of weather is going to continue throughout the rest of the week, and we're not alone because this kind of weather is also going to continue throughout the rest of the region. Looking throughout the region, we are looking at weathers that are in about the mid to low 20s. This is going to continue in the coldest areas like Fulton and Rome and Cortland, and even in the warmest areas like Elmira, Penn Yan, Ithaca, and Binghamton. Now, even though these weathers are going to look a little bit warmer, a little bit different across the region, they are still all going to be affected by this winter weather advisory. All of the areas around here are going to be seeing more precipitation and more high winds than we usually do. So it is very important to stay bundled up, and it's important, as officials say, to stay off the roads as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of ice, a lot of sleet, a lot of rain and snow throughout the rest of this week. This advisory will end on Thursday, but the rest of the week is still not going to be very warm. But looking outside, this is the photo I took today right outside of my window. Now, I know it looks a lot sunnier, a lot warmer than it actually is, but this weather was actually really nice outside for the first couple of hours of the day. It was actually pretty sunny and warm, but it's actually going to be a lot colder throughout the rest of the week. So be careful to watch out for what this weather is going to look like throughout the rest of the week and the rest of the sleet, snow, rain, and hail that is going to continue. But Ronnie and Ilana, how are you guys feeling about this weather?
I mean, I would say that it's a blessing anytime we do get sun here in central New York.
Definitely
so
is.
we got to savor that sunlight as much as we get it, especially in these winter months. Well, a recent Syracuse grad is going viral on TikTok. You're next, Ilana. She is. Just watch. And her message is bringing many to tears.
It is, and it's actually a Citrus TV Entertainment alum. Tonight, our reporter Tegan Brostrom is reminding us to send a little bit of love to those who support us the most.
Parents do so many small things for their kids that often go unnoticed. But for Emily Farrell, Syracuse class of 2024, her dad's small act of kindness has surpassed 1.7 million views on TikTok.
When my dad offered to do like the trial run with me to the city, I was like, this would be such a cute idea, like a little appreciation post for him, because this is like a kind of big step in my life and he's joining me on it. It blew up like right away. Posted it, and then I wake up the next morning and it was like, my notifications are still on and it just like going off, and I was like, what's going on? Like, did something happen? And it was the video, but it was really cute because the initial comments and stuff were all just people sharing their like experiences of like similar things, like happening to them with their families. And it's like reading through the comments, and it literally made me cry.
Farrell's TikTok reached Syracuse University students and is reminding them of all the things their parents do for them.
I thought it was really cute. New York is like one of my possible post-grad cities, so I think also it was like I've been thinking about it a lot, and so seeing that was really sweet. And my parents are like the best ever. I'm just always talking to them. We're really close. I remember the day that my parents told me that I can come to Syracuse and we're able to afford it. Really thankful that they were able to do that for me. I miss them.
Regardless of age and distance away, a child still relies on and appreciates their parents' actions, both small and large. So go give your parents a hug, send them a text that you love them. For Citrus TV News, this is Tegan Brostrom.
Well, speaking of viral videos, how about those Knicks highlights last night? Hoop season is rolling along in the state of New York. I'll detail the highs and lows from the court next on Sports.
You've got pre-diabetes, but with
Let's
more
talk about-
exercise and a change in diet.
Thanks.
it can be
We should talk
reversed.
about lacrosse for.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome to my house. Lately, not my happy place. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The parents were not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
After a rough start to January, the Knicks are in full cruise control as the month turns. Welcome into sports. I'm Sam Corcoran. New York started out 2025 at 4-7, not great for a squad hunting for the East top spot. But since January 27th, 3 straight wins entering last night's battle at the Garden against the Grizzlies. So let's head to the Big Apple. Could the Knicks grab their 4th in a row? Early on in the first quarter, Josh Hart tosses to Karl Anthony Towns, who swishes it from very deep. New York gets a 3-point lead, and from there, they don't look back. Cal Bridges, huge pass across the court. OG Anunoby slams it home. After the first quarter, Knicks up big, and in the second quarter, defense coming in big as well. They get the steal. Precious Achiuwa gets it, dribbles down the coast, coast to coast, and slams it over Jaren Jackson, one of the best defenders in the league. And everyone getting in this one for New York. Jalen Brunson now goes for the layup, hits that. One of 4 Knicks to hit 20-plus points. Another one who did that, Karl Anthony Towns with the ball, fakes the 3, drives in, gets fouled, count it, +1 after the fact. New York cruising. How about the bench getting in on the action? Campaign, another layup right there over the defender. New York, their second straight game with over 140 points. Deuce McBride, how about Trey McBride hitting one right there to make it 3, 143-106, the final score from the Garden. Cal Bridges leading the way for New York with 28 points. The Knicks also snapped the Grizzlies' 6-game win streak with the victory. As previously stated, New York's streak now up to 4 to make it 5. They take on the Nuggets tomorrow night. Now on to another team in the Empire State that hasn't had the same success this season. Yes, the Syracuse Orange. SU has lost 3 of its last 4 games, but on the bright side, put up a strong fight against tournament hopeful Pitt on Saturday behind the efforts of Eddie Lampkin. The Cuse's big man grabbed a career-high 23 rebounds, but his head coach Adrian Autry says Lampkin still has plenty of work to do.
You know, Eddie played well. I mean, as far as he went after it, but I think Eddie will tell you, you know, a lot of those rebounds was because of missed shots that he was around the basket, you know.
Well, if Lampkin and the Orange want to get back on track, it doesn't get much easier. This week, a 2-game road trip out in the Bay with Stanford on Wednesday and Cal on Saturday. On the note of rebounds, both the Cardinal and Bears sit top 5 in the conference in offensive boards. And once the Orange return to the 3-1-5, number 2 Duke visits the Dome, also known as the second best rebounding team in the ACC. Ilana and Ronnie.
Yeah, Sam, it's definitely not looking great for Syracuse men's basketball. I think it's like the first time we're not going to see a tournament hour class since 1970 or something. I'm very sad about that.
Real? It's been 1970.
Oh my God. Okay, I was right, 1970.
Wow.
But on a lighter note, can we talk about lacrosse? Because that's starting soon, and I actually feel hopeful about that
Lacrosse is looking so good this year. I think this men's team can win the national championship. They started number 2 in the poll. The ACC preseason poll just came out. They're number 2 in that, behind Notre Dame. It's going to be a gauntlet for that. And Notre Dame, Syracuse, they meet off in the Dome in April. That's going to be a really fun one to go to and watch.
That's incredible. That's awesome. And the women's team?
Women's team looking great too, absolutely. They did lose a few key players, so maybe some struggles here and there, some of the underclassmen having to step up, but nonetheless, they've made it to 2 Final Fours back-to-back seasons. Boston College, the kryptonite though. Let's see if they can get past them this time around.
Sam Corcoran, thank you so much. As always, we will be right back with your Wake Up Weather.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Women are bad with money.
That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
we've got something to say.
Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses. It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures, investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Welcome back to your Wake Up Weather. Now, the theme of today, honestly, is stay warm. Again, this winter weather advisory is causing a lot of changes for tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to wake up at around 25 degrees, and that is definitely going to warm up over 10 degrees increase at 3 p.m. You're going to see 38 degrees. We're almost in those 40s. I can almost see the sun coming out. But unfortunately, around 6 p.m., we are going to drop nearly 20 degrees to 16 degrees. There is an 80% chance of precipitation. This could be anything from snow to sleet to rain, and we are going to have winds as high as 28 miles per hour, which is absolutely insane. So again, remember to stay as warm as possible. These winds are going to make everything feel a little bit colder than they actually are.
Chilly stuff, Olivia.
Very, very. Well, on to some warmer news. These performances are happening in the summer. We have a really exciting announcement. The Dave Matthews Band is coming at the end of May, and Kevin Hart is going to be coming here in Syracuse. He just added a stop as well.
There we go. Look at that. Both performances go on sale soon. So guys, what do you think? Do you want to go see these performances? Are you more of a comedy fan, more of a music fan?
Well, Ronnie, remember when you and I went to Joe Gatto together? We had the best time.
That was a marvelous night.
That was fantastic. I got to go to more comedy shows.
To see a fellow Paisan, it was wonderful.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah. Here's the thing. These performances are happening in the summer, and the three of us, we're not going to be here anymore.
I know.
So, Olivia, you can go.
Honestly, I wish I could go. I am from Las Vegas, Nevada, so I actually did see the Dave Matthews Band.
There you
They're actually very good. So
Entertainment capital of the world. world, so you probably have a lot of
absolutely.
options coming in.
I'm hoping to see more comedy too. Did you see Marcelo Hernandez came earlier
Yes,
this year?
I did hear
That
about
was
that.
so funny. I love Domingo.
Yes.
So if you do us one favor and you return to Nevada, bring back some warm weather for us.
I'm gonna do my best, Ronnie.
Yes,
I can't make any
please.
promises though.
Well, that is Citrus TV News live at 6 for this Tuesday.
Don't forget, you can follow us on X and Instagram at CitrusTV News. Now, for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Ilana Epstein.
And I'm Ronnie Parillo. Thanks for coming along with us. Have a great night.